I know, I'm like. Meditate?
I think it might be. It might be a meditation Tuesday. That was better on the day. Oh, I'm just advancing the fight. That's all. It's fine. Yeah. Matt should be here very soon. Are you Rob?
Huh?
Are you Rob?
I'm Ron.
Ron. All right. Okay.
Yes.
I think I was gonna say Rob because we heard Rob when she introduced you. I'm Robin, and we'll have you up in just a minute.
Oh, no, you have to worry about, I think a couple extra things that might, there are some of our regulatory regulations that. The RE that CA and most.
We have this.
Good. Yes, that's the one, that's.
It's on
But I
both
got-
sides.
Huh?
It's two sides.
Right.
I almost wore, I'm not joking.
I don't know. I'm sure I lighted some of the stuff here. Some of the areas that.
So I'm actually gonna start presenting right now. So if maybe if you wanna just talk through it and then we can grab copies afterwards.
Yeah.
Does that work? Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, good morning.
Hi.
Where is everybody?
I know, happy turkey. So I know we have a few people that are preparing their potluck dishes and will be here shortly. And realtors are inevitably on realtor time, so I think we'll also have some timers for that. But I want to tell you all how grateful I am in this week of gratitude that you are here and that you're here on time and ready to roll. So you've got a copy of the at a glance market report. Let's start by taking a look at this. So all good. So as you look through, what are some of the stats about our market this week that jump out to you?
Those under contract ratios drop after 400,000.
Yep, under contract ratios drop after 400,000. It's a really great point. And if you were here last week, you heard Eladio share how he would be using this to have a conversation with for sale by owners, expired listing opportunities in talking about that under contract ratio. And if let's say you're at the 600,000 to 699, 999 price point to say 11.83% of homes listed at this price are going under contract. And so when you were on the market before, unfortunately, you were a part of that 89%, 8.something%, that wasn't going under contract. Here's what we can do differently to make sure that you are one of the ones that goes under contract this year. What else? For those of you with listings, how do the active average days on market match up with your experience? Oh, Christoph, you got
Yeah,
it.
sorry, ma'am, you were just
Okay.
saying listings, so I see a lot of the 400 to 700 range last 15 days.
Yes, so looking at that $400,000 to $700,000 range.
I tried to find last week's, but well, how does it compare to last week?
So we saw a slight decrease in new homes hitting the market in the last week, which made that number go down a little bit.
Okay.
Not shocking, given the fact that we are inching towards this holiday. And it is still, if we look at the overall market, that $400,000 to $700,000 range or $400,000 to $800,000 range is definitely the segment where we see the bulk of listings hitting the market. The bulk of listings in the total active column, and then also in the under contract. With days on market, any surprises there for you? No, everyone just predicted that's exactly what the days on market are. How about with days on market, let's say you're having a conversation with a listing that is currently on market. You have it listed and it is $650. You're about 30 days on market and you don't yet have an offer. What, based on this data that you're looking at, are the conversations that you might be having during that market update? So 650, 30 days on market, no offers yet.
30 days on market.
Just letting you know
So
that
I
average
go
is
on the absorption rate report numbers here, 2.21 months. Right, so you should look, if we're still within that range, we need to get right about pricing. Are we right about pricing? Because we get past that 2 months, it becomes a stale static listing. So if you go and look at the absorption rate numbers with them and your contract ratios as well.
So just in case Zoom-in had a hard time hearing, so he said that absorption rate is the number that he would be looking at. And saying, look, we're still at the, we're 30 days in, absorption rate is 2.2 months. So we're still in a good position and we need to be checking on our pricing right now, make sure that we're priced right. Because if we get past that 2 months, then we're going to be a stale listing. That's great. Any other conversations you can look at this data and think that you would have with your clients based on this?
Just the average is 72, so 30 days in is not need to panic.
Yep, so average is 72 days on market, 30 days in is not need to panic. And is a good time to check in and just make sure, again, that the pricing is right. So continue to track these week to week. We are just comparing 2 weeks, and especially where a lot of the data is 15-day data. We'll see that there's more similarities right now, but the trends will start to pop out as you study these. And the more that you are just really comfortable scanning this information and sharing what it means, the more effective this tool can be for you as you are meeting with clients, using this to have pricing conversations for initial pricing, as well as updating on what's happening with your listings. A couple of things to note just about the market. Last year, between November 1st and the 20th, we had 508 new single family homes hit the market. This year, we've had 443 homes hit the market in that same period of time. So what that says to me is that we are seeing a downward trend with inventory, which has been the case. But it's not necessarily as dramatic as I think sometimes it feels. So in looking at that, saying, okay, so we're a 13% decrease in new inventory hitting the market year over year for this same time of year. There's no reason go out and get yours. Questions, comments? Original moment, Ben, you're up.
So. What was it, last month or 2 months ago, we introduced Jake, so here's kind of what we're working towards, as far as the goal for our team is we're building a development group. And Jake is the big piece of our development group, so we'll flip to the next one, this is the highlight that we are. Is it that one?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're not like a huge development group, we're not a baby development group either, we do a wide range of different types of developments. This is to highlight a little one that was brought to the team, probably 7, 8 months ago. It's a little duplex up in Coupland Heights. But I'm gonna let Jake can tell you a little bit about taking that thing through the development process that we're looking for.
Yeah, so this one. Okay, so this one is a piece that Boyd actually picked up. And it was just a little bit under 1/4 of an acre. The opportunity that we found was we were able to move forward in splitting the lot, created a duplex lot versus a regular single family lot. And so, then we went forward in all the design and the architecture. He'll keep these both as internal assets that he'll rent out. So we're not gonna sell this one, we're gonna keep it. Adding some value to the architecture, the design. It would yield some higher rent rates versus everything else that's in the area. Really a cool opportunity that was really a pretty quick turnaround. It was only about a 3-month process to go from the single family to the twin home or duplex lot. We actually got it approved as a twin home lot versus a duplex lot. Sorry to clarify there. So the option is there and the flexibility. If he wants to sell one of the units, keep one, it's there to be able to do that. And so if you come across little infill pieces, everything from a duplex to a large, development type opportunity, we'd be interested in working on that. If you just need help in coaching, consulting services on something that you come across, we're happy to do that as well. These are things that we do day in and day out, so happy to help in any way we can.
Or even figuring out value, right? So.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, so if you guys do have questions, pull out your phones right now, I'm gonna give you my phone number. And anybody can text me, in fact, Mario was texting me last Saturday, we set up an appointment with one of his clients, you guys can reach out to me directly, so my cell phone is 801-898-3166, you can program me in your phone. Day, night, weekends, I'm always on. You can attest, I was down in Mexico responding to text messages down in Mexico. That's a couple times, a couple different agents. So Ashley, and a couple other agents have reached out. So Flavio was like, hey, you gotta take care of this client. So I was on it and got back to him. But if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I'm always on it. So thanks.
Yeah.
Nobody here. Where is everybody? Must be Thanksgiving.
All right, and so we have Ron, sorry we misheard your first name. Ron has graciously offered to come and talk with us about marketing regulations. There have been changes and it can be really confusing as far as what can we do and what can we not do as far as marketing and remain compliant. And so thank you to Matt for arranging to have Ron here. You all have a handout from Ron, and then he's got some additional information that we'll get you a copy of after this. Ron.
Matt just took my copy.
Oh. All right, well,
Oh, I'm pretty loud.
actually, over Zoom, they won't be able to hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so. Good morning.
Hello.
Is it on?
It is on, yeah.
I just want to talk, right?
Do I need to sing the chest hypnosis, dancing for the stars?
Just hold it, you're now.
I got a student back there that's laughing. He said, "Hey, it's like this." So I'm an instructor. I'm an instructor for the state of Utah, and I teach a
Will you hold
string.
it closer to your mouth? So sorry.
Okay.
There you go, sorry.
And I have been teaching that string up for a long time as a side. Been a Toronto real estate broker in Park City. I'm also a mortgage broker.
Well, I'm gonna let you just use this one. This is actually pretty quiet.
Put that on.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay. I've been involved with committees and some of the regulations you deal with in real estate, with the division of real estate. And so I was asked to talk about something which has been in the media and agents have been using it and doing it. And that is, what can I do with my commission? Can I give my commission to my clients? Tell me, can I? Why? Pardon me?
It's your commission.
Yeah, we have in front of you right there, we have the regulation which says, and so when Mac called me a couple of times to ask about this, I got together with Mark from the Division of Real Estate. We get together and talk about regulatory things on a regular basis. And we addressed this specifically, saying, because we hear ads on the radio on saying, hey, I'll give you half my commission if you buy your house with me and so forth. And so it's become a little bit of a hot outrage to start saying, can we do that? And the reality is we can do that. We have under this code right here that you have the right to share your commission, give your commission. Where the problem arises is this, and I'll give you a couple of cases that has been a problem. An agent wanted to sell a house to someone, really wanted to help them get into a house, which is great. This is what we do, right? But they were a little short on cash. And they wanted to share the commission with them. So they said, what if I give you the cash now so that you can buy the house? And I'll get it back when I get the commission, because I was going to share my commission with you anyway. Wow. What this regulation says is you can share your commission as long as everything is fully disclosed to everyone, including the lender. The lender. So the lender knows, because technically we can't give money to people unless we're related to them, right? Part of the down payment, if we help people with the down payment, we have to have a relation, we have to be related to it. It can't just be a casual, hey, here's $50,000 as your down payment. That became a problem for that agent, because what ended up happening was that the lender asked for full disclosure of all the funds. They like to see a seasoning period of a minimum of 2 months. And those funds came in, and the lender asked where they came from. Oh, it was a relative. Give me the letter. Okay. Couldn't get a letter. Then it turns out they fessed up and said, well, our realtor gave it to us. Can't do that, can you? So then the Division of Real Estate had to talk to that realtor, because what ends up happening when we try to be super helpful and creative with our clients, help them with loans and help them with real estate, is that lender is required by law to put that client on the suspicious activity report list, which is a federal list. Now that person's on that list because they've taken money, and it's called suspicious activity because they're defrauding a lender that's federal crime. And that lender now has to do that. And the lender also notifies the Division of Real Estate. Bummer. The unfortunate reality is that agent got in front and lied also and said, I didn't do it. It's easy, paper trails are easy, right? So now you got 2 things against you. You know, this is a great business. We can help people, we can help them get through the business in a lot of very legal ways, can't we? We can show them how to get financing, how to get real estate deals done, but we just want to keep ourselves out of trouble, like that agent. Another agent decided to help them with their credit, and they put the borrower, the buyer, on their credit cards so they could up their credit rating. You know where this is all going, right? Where this stuff, where we try to be super helpful, we go, oh my gosh, I can do this. This regulation says, yes, you can help your clients. You can give them all your commission. Has anybody sold property to their kids, by any chance, to a relative? What's that first question they ask you? Are you keeping the commission?
I thought it was for free.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. So the thing is, what ends up happening is you can do this. But just remember, disclosure, 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 lender needs to know that this is all going on. The second point I wanted to bring up is the giving a gift to someone that is unlicensed. You know, you are working down in Lehigh at one of those factories, one of the new tech places, and your realtor sold you a house and you were referred by somebody you met in a grocery store expense. That ever happened? Yes, it happens. You know, we build referrals up, and that person, once I sold their referral piece of property, can I give that unlicensed person something? Can I give the unlicensed person appreciation gift for referring someone to me? What do you think?
Yes,
Yes,
you can't solicit it.
huh?
You can't solicit.
I like it. I love that. Unsolicited, right? Do you know how much it is?
What? Something like that.
Well, it was $150 at one time. It is now $250. But that person that received that $250 kind of go, whoop. I got an income source on the side here. I think I'll refer all the people that are transferring from California because they're all coming out here, right? Now it has to be unsolicited. Unsolicited at one time, gift, saying, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. That's where the division is stumbling, had a lot of stipulations lately. And how do they find out about that? Are they told by the people that receive the money? How do they think they find out about it?
You don't receive it.
By other agents that say, hey, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. And they have a tip line of admission now, which they're overwhelmed with because now people can really call in and leave tips and stuff like that. So, you know, this is not a challenging business if you follow those. I've been in the business. Well, I started last week. And they said, oh, so good, I should be a teacher, you know. I was a broker in California. I've been a broker here in Utah since the early 90s, and I've had a blast doing it. But I know the rules and I follow the rules. I printed out for McKinsey, you know, McKinsey can get some of the things that are happening that the division looks at and are having problems with. And I'm just going to go over a couple of them. The first one's affirmative duties of a required of a licensed agent. Pretty simple. But the reality is you've been in the business now a little while. We forget things, don't we? In fact, did you forget everything I taught you in class? Yeah, it was one of those too. They forget everything that they learn in class, you know. So I refreshed on this. So that's the very first page. The second page deals with the same thing. The one area that I just want to cover that for you people that have been in the business for a while, now let's say, hey, I want to become a broker. And does everybody know it's required to become a broker? It requires 60 points. It requires 60 points. The law has changed a little bit recently with regards to that. It's still 60 points, but we have a lot of teams in the industry now, right? A lot of teams. So what ends up happening, you can only get credit if two people work on that transaction. They have to split those points in half. They have to split the points in half. There's something else that just came out this is in the last 6 months. This is that to get a broker's license now, out of those 60 points, 45 points have to be done by you individually, as an individual agent. It can't be a team, 2 or 3 people on a transaction. You can't just split them all and eventually get to the 60 points. 45 of those points now have to be actual transactions where you're the sole person doing it. One last thing, because I know I'm boring to death, right? One last thing I want to just talk about, it's in here too. It's talking about acceptance of gifts from third-party vendors. Can a loan officer pay my car payment if I send business to him? What do you think? No. So a few years back, I got a call from a broker, from a very big brokerage company, and he called me to ask me if I would come over and take a look at something that was going on, and what happens, this lender very silently was paying car leases for agents in the office, several agents in the office. And that lender ended up going bankrupt. It was a major national lender, but they were paying the car lease, and the broker, everything drills back to the broker, doesn't it? Everything goes back to the broker. And so the broker had suffered the consequences also, although they took immediate action when they found out what was going on. But it's illegal for us to get referrals from a lender. Can they take me to lunch and tell me all about their great business? Yeah, they can take me to lunch and do that. Title companies, can take me to lunch, tell me all about their great business. It's where we have to be very careful because, I mentioned this car thing to you and you say, it's probably not happening today. It is happening today. It is happening today. And lenders are getting creative to try to figure out how to entice you into the business. What ends up happening is that you can lose your license, right? You can lose your license. So we don't take referrals from auto companies. We don't take nice gifts. I remember I had a loan officer come and get a real estate license from us, and he was an elder gentleman. And he asked me if he could just buy all these dinners. Hey, I'll buy you dinner at Lakai. My favorite restaurant. That's the one I would choose. I'll buy you dinner at Lakai. I'll send you golfing in St. George. I'll do all this stuff if you do business with me because it's a top producer. What do you think that top producer said? No, because those are inducements that could get you to lose your license. And how does the division find out about it? Other agents. I didn't get a golf trip. They didn't take me to Lakai, they took me to Taco Bell. But I wanted to just go over that. There's some more stuff in here with regards to brokers and everything. You can get that from Matt. But every morning in Africa, a lion gets up and it has to start running because if it doesn't, it'll starve. And every morning a gazelle gets up and starts running because if it doesn't, it'll be eaten. I don't care if you're a lion or a gazelle. In the morning, get up running. You have Thanksgiving come up, give thanks for the things that you got that you're grateful for. Beautiful office, beautiful building, great opportunity in the real estate business. I want to wish you luck and have a great Thanksgiving and thank you.
Thank you. For all of you on Zoom land, we will be including these attachments in the recap email. So watch for that. And Ron, thank you again for being here and sharing that with us. All right, coming soon. Any listings coming soon, not yet on market, you'd like to tell the group about? So you look like you've got one coming up. So congratulations to our agents that have new listings this week. Amy Marino has 2 new listings. Mike Heslop has 3 new listings. Joanne Anderson has a new listing and Taryn Hansen has a listing. Let's do one big clap all together. 1, 2, 3. So 7 new listings total. Let's do one more clap for that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is the cheering for that. Yay! Yay. While we're cheering, there were 1,201 families fed by Keller Williams through Thanksgiving Heroes this year. So we're going to do more than one clap for that. Congratulations. And you can actually continue to contribute. So there are still families in need and still the ability to make donations. That link is still live. So if you didn't get around to it, or if you're wanting to give a little bit more, we still have hungry families that we can help out. Family reunion. I'm super excited about the countdown to Robbins Squared. We've got, for anyone who's not aware, the 2 keynote speakers will be Mel Robbins, who's a best-selling author and podcast person, podcast presenter, podcast host. That's what I'm looking for. And then Tony Robbins, who unless you've been living under a rock, I don't know who needs to explain who Tony is. This should be the most powerful family reunion, I'd say, and or mega camp that Keller Williams has ever hosted. And both because we've got such high caliber speakers and because there's going to be such a high attendance. So incredible referral opportunities and incredible opportunities for you to grow your skills, your mindset, and your business. Tickets are currently $8.99. We are past the early bird special, but still a great deal to get all of that at $8.99. We've got about 30 agents currently registered from our office and excited for more. And if you would like to get a ticket to the family reunion and not pay for it, or to be reimbursed for the ticket that you have already purchased, you can win a ticket, that hottest ticket in town, by winning our growth contest. So quick reminder, growth contest is a way for all of us to work together to grow the market center through the end of the year. Our goal as a market center is to be over 200 agents. And there are some ways that you can help us do that. So the primary way is facilitating introductions to other great agents with me, so that we can chat about Keller Williams and see how it might be a fit for their business. If you have those agents to introduce me to, you can send a group text, or you can, there's a link that you can use to send their information to me, and then I will reach out. You can also invite them to attend with you at a team meeting or any other Keller Williams event. So lots of ways to get on the board. Congratulations to those who have gotten on the board so far with the growth contest, but this is still definitely anyone's game. Happy birthday to our November babies, our Scorpio, Sagittarius crossovers in there, and happy anniversary to those of you who are celebrating your Keller Williams anniversary with us this month. So in anniversaries, we have Tana Barker, Sherry Burnett, Cameron Burnside, Susan Case Perry, Shirley Christensen, David Gomez, Ruben Gomez, Misha Goodell, Anthony Hellman, Tony the Tiger, Shelley Hill, Brett Hassman, Andrew Kent, Sarah LaPre, Cheryl Ong, and Eric Reaper. Let's do a one clap all together for the anniversaries. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to turn off my mic because we're going to sing happy birthday, and y'all had better sing loudly. All right. So we're going to go as we say first names down this list, and this Anthony is what I'm going to be using for the first name. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shante, Tana, Ashley, Robert, Anthony, Paul, Connie, Nisha, Tanya, Sergio, Vanya, Yuso, Randall, Sherry, Marshall, Rochelle, Tiffany, Colin, and Karen. Happy birthday to you. Who, by raise of hands, is completely done with their 2024 business plan? It is ready to rock. Matt, high five from across the room. All right. So for everyone else, please remember you can bring your business plan with you to team meeting, and we will be available immediately following team meeting to help you get through those last steps. You also can set up time, individual time with me or anyone else on the team to get through that. So critical for your success in 2024 that we are getting that wrapped up now. When you finish your business plan in November and have that clarity of purpose, in December, you can start getting all of the wheels in motion, everything lined up, all of the resources that you need available to execute on that strategy. And then you can really hit the ground running in January. When people start thinking about the business plan in January, they are typically off on their goals by a full quarter. So it is my goal for you that you're able to get ahead of those goals, not fall behind. So please bring your business plans. Let's work on it immediately after team meeting, or you can use the Calendly link on my door to schedule time to do that one-on-one. Contract questions and broker AMA. If you have burning questions, curiosities, hypothetical scenarios that might never happen, but that you would like to talk to your broker about, I am here before team meeting every day for 30 minutes. So bring them. And we can also go through just updated contract documents to make sure that you have everything that you need to take forward policy. Lee Stern. So Lee Stern always packs the house. Who here has seen Lee Stern train live? Okay, I guess probably a better question would have been who hasn't, but Lee is a 50-year in the industry veteran. She has been through a shifted market or two. She is a master at strategy and conversations. When she spoke on our 20-year anniversary panel, I was so impressed by how she took the stats and wove those into a story that really came to life. Sometimes I think when we're sharing statistics, it can get a little bit dry, and unless we're talking to a high analytical personality, they sort of tune this out and it doesn't have that compelling. Or kind of the flip side of that is sometimes we're really great at telling the story and painting the picture, but because we don't have those stats integrated with it, it can feel more like it's opinion and less like it's data driven. Lee does an incredible job of pulling those goals together. And she's going to be talking specifically about pricing because this is a challenge that I am seeing come up for agents really across the board, regardless of how much experience or not they've had in the market, because this is a tough market to price in. Anytime we have the kind of movement that we've had, both changes in pricing and I think even more importantly, changes in days on market and expectations, it can become difficult to know what's the right price and how do I interpret the market feedback that I'm receiving. So in other words, going back to our example that we started today with, if my house is on the market for 30 days and we don't have an offer yet, what does that mean? Does that mean we're overpriced? Does that mean nothing because the days on the market? And so I just can't think of anybody better to share this information, to train on how to interpret that market data and then how to share that in a compelling way with your clients than Lee Stern. So this is a great opportunity going back to the growth contest. Like I said, Lee always packs the house. She is popular not just within the Keller Williams world, but outside the Keller Williams world. So if there's an agent that you would like to introduce us to, invite them to come to the Lee Stern event. You'll get 5 points for the growth contest and maybe build a great new colleague that you'd like to work with and be giving them the gift of getting this information. Speaking of gifts, we have our photos with Santa, Saturday the 9th. Last week we had Lisa Cacabella share strategy on how to promote your client appreciation events and get the most return out of them. We do have a few of the handouts from her training. So if you didn't receive that, especially that outline of what you should be doing when to promote, be sure that you grab those. The main thing I would say to you today is that if you have not yet reached out to people in your life to tell them about this, do it. Do it while we're eating lunch. Send out texts to 10 people that are in your phone and invite them to be here. This is a very low cost, easy way to connect with your sphere of influence and to build that sphere of influence. The fact that you can bring your puppies and have them get their picture taken with Santa as well seems to be the most popular draw. I think you can kind of go get pictures with kids pretty much anywhere, but puppies it's a little bit more difficult. So be sure that they know that. And then we are going to be collecting donations of socks, hats, gloves, underwear, or coats for the road home. So please be sure that you are sharing that with your SOI as well, that it is certainly optional, but we would appreciate anything that they can bring to help us in those efforts. While you've got your calendars out and you've marked the 9th for our client appreciation party, be sure that you have the 14th on there for our holiday party for agents and for the leadership team. So we are excited to have dinner and drinks and dancing and all of the merriment that we've gotten, that we've come to expect. And you can certainly bring a +1, and invitations should be going out to that probably beginning of next week. So watch for those to come in. And then remember that we are closed for the holiday so that our leadership team can go and enjoy the holiday with their friends and family as well. So we will be closing a little early tomorrow at 3 p.m. and then we will be back on Monday. So a few things to note: if you have closings that are happening tomorrow, I guess, because it's bank holiday on Thursday. If you have closings that you are anticipating, please make sure that you connect with the leadership team so that we can coordinate any of those details with you. The broker line will still be live and available. I will still be live and available by my cell phone. I'll make sure that those numbers go out in the recap email, so please feel free to call if you have something come up or shoot a text. And then if you do not have a fob to access the building when we are closed, and you think that you might need to access the office while it is closed for the holiday, please make sure that you see Jess and Connie at the front and get a key fob. We have a limited number of those available. So if you don't have one yet, be sure that you get one so that you can get in to meet with all of those clients over their Thanksgiving holiday. All right, so we have it's the third week of the month. So the third week we do awards. Congratulations to everyone who had a stellar October. Looking at our kind of our office compared to the region, we were up in listings, we were up in closings. It was really a great month overall for the Market Center. So thank you for all of your individual contributions that got us there. Congratulations to the cappers in October. So these agents reached their cap of company dollar contribution, and they will now be at 100% for the rest of their fiscal year. So we have Dustin Bradbury, Giovanni Castillo, Edgar Lopez, Mary Notham, Miria Rascon, Gary Sundwall, and Rachel Ray Eliasman that all capped in the month of October. So one clap for them, 1, 2, 3. And then congratulations to our agents that had their first listings and first closings with Keller Williams. I'm noticing that we have an interesting picture for Matthew Brogg that looks a lot like Alex Avila. So
Someone put the one in from last.
I don't know who that might be.
I don't even.
So
They're
that's
all
exciting.
Because I made a copy and I put the copy in.
So
That was right.
names or photos, which
The
is
photos are incorrect.
okay. So ignore those beautiful photos. We will get those fixed before this gets sent out.
Yes.
But congratulations to Matthew Bragg, Stephen Goff, Tanner Smith, and Courtney Livingston, who all had their first closing with our office. 1, 2, 3. And then getting his picture and his name right. Congratulations to Edgar Lopez, who had his first listing. 1, 2, 3. All right, top listing awards for October. Not surprising, we had Shauna Winters. Her business, if you listened in on the ALC Spotlight last week, is up more than 60%. In a market that overall business is down 30%, being up 60% is big.
66.
Is she up to 66?
Yeah, you
All
round
right.
up, that's like 7.
That's very true. So we're basically 100. So when you see Shauna, be sure to congratulate her and maybe like rub your elbow on her, let some of her rub off on you. Also remember that our ALC members are happy to talk to you about your business, what's working for them, and help you strategize on what will work for you. So congratulations to Shauna for having 2 units closed in October. And then congratulations to Dana for having 3 closed in October. 1, 2, 3. And then top listing awards, we had, I'm just going to read all of the team names and then we'll just do a clap. So Hanson team, Gee Group, David Gomez team, Bustos and Reardon Real Estate, Gamboa Group, Jupiter, and Utah Costa Group all had listings in the month of October. We're top listers. I didn't give you the 1, 2, 3, and you still got it right. And then top closing awards, we had Tana Barker, Eladio Serrano, and Sherry Rice all tied with 2 units closed. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then Dana Conway had 4 units closed. So big clap for Dana. 1, 2, 3. All right, $1 million month of volume. So our top volume in team, individual, or group. So most of our awards we separate out. Individuals are pretty straightforward, individuals. Teams are when you have 2 agents, and then groups are when you have 3 or more agents. And when we do the $1 million month or volume award, we just wipe out all of the categories, we put everyone together because it's kind of fun to see when we have an individual that outproduces even a team. And October is one of those such months. So huge round of applause. We're not even just gonna do the blank clap, we're gonna do a huge round of applause for Dana Conway for leading the pack with $3,194,990 in closed volume. And then the rest of our $1 million month volume, we had Tana Barker, Eladio Serrano, the Gee Group, the Hanson team, and Search Utah Homes, all with $1 million months. Is that just one side of this? No, we've got more. And then we've got Bustos and Reardon Real Estate. Oh, see, this was, let's show you how that works. So Bustos and Reardon Real Estate actually was our #1 for the month, but it was pretty close. KW Latino, Gamboa Group, Utah Casa Group, NextMove, and Jupiter, all with over $1 million months. 1, 2, 3. And here's our top 3 volumes. So Bustos and Reardon Real Estate with $4,304,415, KW Latino with $3,691,500, and Gamboa Group with $2,763,000.
Oh, sorry.
I love it. All right, so shifting gears, this week we are talking about the one conversation that you need to have. And that's a bit of a misnomer because I gave you 2 conversations. So if you look, we've got your Q4 pipeline conversation and the Warren Buffett close. So reading through, let's start with the Q4 conversation. So this conversation is a conversation that's designed to be had with really all of the buyers and sellers in your current pipeline. So just to read through it, it says, did you see or hear about the action that the Federal Reserve took? Sure. I wanted to reach out and see what questions you may have about it. Sure. Are your plans still to move to St. George by June of 2024 because you're retiring? Sure. And then we're going to look at Rihanna. Rihanna, over the course of the next few weeks, you're probably going to see many headlines about the housing market. So please feel comfortable to reach out to me if you should have any questions or want to discuss anything that you have read or heard on the media, so that you continue to feel confident in moving forward with this great opportunity we have in the market. Okay?
Okay.
I also created a short video to explain the market in depth and the economics around why real estate will continue to outperform other investments. Would you like me to send that to you?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll get that right over. Rihanna, any other questions or anything I can help you with today?
No, thank you so much.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you at our photos with Santa. Okay, so that's that conversation. Why would this be the one conversation to be having this month?
Because of all the news coverage,
Because of all the news
put them
coverage.
at ease.
Y'all, agents are rattled. And if agents are rattled with all of the information that we have available and all of the context that we can put this through, what I know is that the consumer is really rattled. And there is a lot of misinformation out there. There is a lot of sensationalism and scare tactics and confusing data. And that is why this is a market that is more important than ever for us to be the local economist of choice for our clients. You are armed with so much data between your market updates and our quarterly market review that Johnny puts together, and all of the information that Keller Williams provides, the market update that Gary Keller does twice a year. There is so much information available to you that is neutral and data driven and has the context of what's actually happening in the market. So that when somebody says, do you think the market's going to drop? The answer can be, well, that depends on what you mean by drop. This is what I foresee happening. Looking at the data, we do have less inventory. Here are all of the reasons we have less inventory. So that will decrease the number of sales we'll see in the market, because that will also decrease the number of homes that will go onto the market. Last year, this month, we had 508 homes between the 1st and the 20th of November hit the market. This year, we've had 443 homes hit the market. So yes, that's a drop. Does that mean that your individual home value will drop? Well, let's look more at that. So that's a way that you can take that conversation to, again, a data-driven, neutral place where they are able to make the decision that is best for them. You will not see me presenting in any of these conversations for you to have a conversation that is designed to make someone sell their home or to make someone buy a home. I think that's one of the things that's really powerful about the industry that we work in, is that it is sales, but our sales is much more about selling why they want to work with us. When it comes to our actual work with the clients, it's much more of an advisory role. And so it's important that you have these conversations down so that you can come through in a strong way as an advisor. Questions, thoughts on this conversation? All right, y'all are really gonna love me because it's just so quiet today and we're gonna work this one together. So just grab a partner that's right by you. And I just want you to practice like actually going through saying these words out loud. So one of you will take a turn to read it and then the other one will take a turn to read it. And yeah.
You may have super. Yes. To reach out if you have any question, we want to just something that you may have heard, so you can continue to build confidence. Instead of, say.
As I asked, I was like.
Find that stuff. Let's try that. Reach out. Somebody created a service.
Here, Lisa asked me $1 million question. Does this mean I have to record it with that?
Where is the magic? Yes. We need the script without video. Hopefully our eyes will.
All right. I'm thinking that everyone got through it at least once, if not, just like read through that. Anything that you noticed in running through this conversation? Anything that felt uncomfortable, other than telling them that you're gonna send out a video, which means you have to have a video? Or anywhere that you were like, oh, this is actually easier than I thought it would be. No, it was exactly what all of you thought it was gonna be. I love it. I'm using y'all to predict
No.
everything moving forward for the future. So,
So
um,
first question, did you see or hear about the action that the Federal Reserve took? Obviously, you need to know what
yes,
the hell's going on.
yeah. So let's say
Or
they-
that could backfire very quickly.
yes. So let's say they said, no, I have no idea.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Any
You know-
answers on that? I'll tell you what I would say, but I'll let you jump in first. Okay, so I would just say as of November 1st, the average 30-year rate stood at 7.95%. And we're near a 23-year high. With that. Full stop. Now I'll tell you what's gonna be hard about that is I can even feel it within myself as I just said it to you. There is like a desire to say, and really this is what we're gonna do with that, and this is what that means, and this is what's good about it, and this one. I know that sounds really bad, but it's not really necessarily bad. So give them the fact and then shut up. And let them share with you, because the very next question is like, I wanted to reach out and see what questions you may have about it. Like, what questions do they have? Here's what the information is. What questions do you have? And the follow-up question is usually going to be something like, so does that mean prices are going to go up? Does that mean prices are going to go down? How long are interest rates going to stay here? Are interest rates going to go up higher? I printed off an article, and I'll send this as an attachment as well. But Bankrate put together an article on what the Fed's November rate pause means for home buyers and sellers. This has some interesting information. I would just pull a couple of facts that you have there and available, so that if they ask, you have something that you can share. Now, in the script where it says, I've got a short video to explain the market in depth, you get extra super brownie points if you actually create a video and send it out to your clients. In fact, send me the video and I will give you your own free copy of the Keller Williams playbook that they just released, because I know that that can be a scary step. So excellent if you do that. You also could say, you know, I actually just read a really great article that I feel like explained what this impact is going to be on the housing market really clearly. Would you like me to send you over a copy of that? Or you could say, I actually run stats, and y'all please take credit for running these stats. I don't need credit. You don't need to tell them that you received these. If they think that you sit at your computer and look at all the data and crunch numbers like a total nerd, all the more powerful. So take credit. So I run the stats on the market and actually look at $100,000 price points every week, so that I can really have a clear idea of when the trends start changing. Would you like me to send that out to you? Or, you know, the stats on the macro level are important. They're going to impact interest rate and make some differences there. Really, the most important stats are what's happening on the micro level. I can send you once a month what's happening right in your neighborhood, if that's something that would be helpful to you. If I offered that, what would I be saying? Y'all need to get with Jess. The neighborhood update report is what I would be sending. We also have in command, you can pull under the smart plans, you can get the neighborhood update report. You can also get monthly, the Utah stats go up and the national stats go up. And it is in a piece that is, you can just drop it right into all of your contacts in command and send out easily. So while this says video, you don't necessarily have to go with video. You could go with any one of those options. But the long and short story of it is that the Fed was continuing to increase the rate because they are really trying to get a hold on inflation. In November, they paused. It doesn't mean that there won't be another rate increase, but there are a lot of people that are speculating that things may be turning a corner and coming down to a level that they are comfortable with, where we will not see further increases. That said, right now we are at a record high, like a 23-year time period. And we've seen that cause some challenges in the market. We've also seen that cause some opportunity in the market. So if we want to talk about the opportunity in the market, we can flip to our next conversation, which is that Warren Buffett close. And both of these scripts, by the way, are from, not scripts, because we don't say that, both of these conversations are from Bill Pipes from the presentation that he did for our business planning clinic. So if they seem familiar, that's probably why. So the Warren Buffett close is when someone says, I want to wait until the rates come down. I can totally appreciate the fact that you want to wait until the rates come down. And can I share with you how the increase in rates may actually be playing in your favor? Do you know who Warren Buffett is? Of course you do. Do you know what his net worth is? His net worth is
A lot.
117 billion. How did he get so wealthy? I'm curious, with rates increasing, what impact do you believe that this has had on the number of buyers that are actively out looking at homes? So this is a great spot. Again, if you've got your glance at the market, that you could be looking at that under contract ratio. And when you're talking to a potential buyer, showing that lower ratio on under contract is the exact opportunity that you're describing here. So that's right. Some buyers have stopped their search because the increase made it financially impossible for them to buy now. And another group simply got nervous and they're going to wait until they feel confident to move forward. So Adam, you're realizing that with fewer buyers out there, you have less competition. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think probably does make sense.
Well, of course it does. Also, with this recent increase in rates, we have also seen a gradual increase in price reductions month over month and homes taking longer to sell. So again, homes taking longer to sell, y'all know where you could pull the data to be able to show that and be able to even if you're not going through it and explaining all of the numbers, if you're just holding this spreadsheet and saying, we're seeing homes take longer to sell and you are tapping where the extended days on market are, that's all you have to say. And afterwards, they're going to say, yeah, they showed me how the homes are taking longer to sell. That is the way that the human brain works. So you are showing them data. It is real data because I was a data nerd inside of a computer and crunched it, so you can feel confident in it. But having that visual makes a big visual representation makes a big difference. So also with recent increase in rates, we've also seen gradual increase in price reductions month over month and homes taking longer to sell. Now, how does this also work to your advantage?
Probably negotiating.
So some room for negotiation, absolutely. You've got a bit more negotiation power with the sellers and you have more homes to choose from. So you can clearly see how this would work in your favor, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think will happen to the number of buyers that you're competing against the minute that rates drop again?
More people will be looking.
Yep, you're absolutely correct. More buyers, more competition, fewer homes to choose from, and less negotiating power. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Since you can see that, it's exactly why we need to move forward, book the appointment, write the offer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the reason again that we've got those two conversations is that when you're having this first conversation with someone who's in the pipeline that is a buyer that sort of got frozen by the interest rates changing, this is an opportunity for you to just reframe the context that they're looking at. I like this more than the date the rate, marry the house comparison. I like it more than saying, well, let's get you in now and then rates are going to drop and so then this will be more comfortable, because we don't have a crystal ball. And because a lot of things have happened over the last 3 years that there is absolutely no way I would have predicted. I don't believe any of you would have either. And if you would have, and you didn't come and tell me, we're in a fight right now. So, We can't say. What we can say is this is where we are now, and this is the opportunity that's available to us right now. Thoughts, questions? Okay. All of the conversations in the world are only as good as the execution on having that information. We can provide you with all of the data. We can provide you with the words. We can run through it together and make it more comfortable. But really, the difference is going to be you getting on. And we are at a time of the year that more and more people are going to be home and available and actually willing to take your call. We are at a time of year that you've got a great opportunity to share with the people in your sphere of influence that you are grateful for them. And a great time of year to be inviting them to come and get their photos taken with Santa. And so my challenge to you is, as you are making those calls, take a deep breath, step into what maybe is a little bit more uncomfortable, and really serve them as an advisor by having these conversations. And really clarify with your pipeline where people are at. Who is still thinking of moving forward, whose plans have been changed by what's happening in the market, so that you can go into this next year with a level of clarity that you won't have otherwise. I just want to say that I am just so very grateful for all of you. I'm grateful to be in business with you. I'm grateful to share my life with you. Y'all make me very happy every time I see you come into the Market Center, and I am truly blessed to be able to be a part of your world and your life. We've got the potluck lunch immediately after this, so please grab lunch, have these conversations, and send me your videos so that you get your free copy. Thank you.
Yeah, chocolate. Oh, yes.